What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you guys so much for the last video, all the support with the Beatles song. A lot of you guys were saying for me to check out this short film, and I was like, I gotta check it out. It's about 12 and a half minutes, but I guess it goes into more depth about how they made the video. Yeah, I was reading all the comments. It's cool that all that was like original video and it was restored some with AI type things, but I mean, like, it's crazy. That video was so cool. I'm excited to see how they made it. Yeah, guys, I didn't officially. We hit 20K. I haven't really talked about it yet. I'm gonna do a stream sometime this weekend. So stay tuned. Don't worry, I didn't just not say anything about 20K. I recorded that Beatles video before I hit it. I think it was around then, but yeah, definitely gonna do a live stream for that within the next few days. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, guys, thank you for all the support. It truly means a lot. It's amazing how far we've came. And okay, I'm excited to learn a little bit more about this. I've been reading a lot of the comments and they've helped a lot. But yeah, a lot of you guys were saying we should have watched this before reacting to the music video, but I didn't even know this was a thing until I was reading the comments. Oh, okay, short film. But yeah, okay, let's get it.
Two,
Like,
take one,
subscribe.
silent turnover.
Are you ready, Ringo? Come on, we're doing it. We're on. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Which key is it in, really?
Ringo.
Yours is tuned up.
John.
I'm ready to sing to the world.
I hope we pass the audition. What did it sound like with the bass doing a funny thing?
Keep that one, mark it fab. Making good music in a band is all about chemistry. The way our four very different personalities combined in the Beatles was something very special. When we lost John, we knew that it was really over. But in 1994, amazingly, an interesting opportunity arose. We could make more music together.
If we were to do something, the three of us, as
That's so
interesting
weird.
as it may be, to have John in it is the obvious thing. I was talking to Yoko, and she said, I think I've got a tape of John.
We were pretty excited. A new John song. Amazing.
To hear John's voice, that's the thing that we should cherish. And I'm sure he would have really enjoyed that opportunity to be with us again.
We could use John and try and make a record. It was the closest we'll ever come to having him back in the room.
This is so weird seeing all this footage. It's giving me goosebumps.
Record. It was the closest we'll ever come to having him back in the room.
Whew.
I do remember living at the Dakota with Dad and Mom. There's this impression that my dad stopped doing music for a while to raise me, which I think is partially true in terms of him not touring and not fulfilling any major record label obligations. But he was always playing music around the house. He was always making demos, and I do remember him recording into these tape cassette recorders. Mom had these handful of songs that my dad hadn't finished, and she gave them to the other Beatles.
George and Ringo came down to my studio.
Nice day. Oh, fabulous day, look.
We listened to the track. There's John in his apartment in New York City, banging away at his piano, doing a little demo. Is it something we shouldn't do? Every time I thought like that, I thought, wait a minute. Let's say I had a chance to ask John, hey, John, would you like us to finish this last song of yours? I'm telling you, I know the answer would have been, yeah. He would have loved that.
It was very strange when we started that there's only three of us after all those years and all that life.
John, really? Do you want to put the kettle on?
We did Freeze a Bird and Real Love, and we got a little bit of time left to do Now and Then.
When we started Now and Then, it was very difficult because John was sort of hidden in a way.
In John's demo tape, the piano was a little hard to hear. And in those days, of course, we didn't have the technology to do the separation.
You know, that's computer stuff. You know, I was telling you a year ago, Jeff was doing this thing on his computer, but it opens up a whole other kettle of fish.
Can of worms. But will it open another year of work?
It really brought
Ringo
to
was
the
vlogging.
fore, to the three of us, that John's gone.
It's so cool, the power of computers and the stuff they can do to enhance things, or just... It's so cool that was like an original recording of John, though. God.
Every time we wanted a little bit more of John's voice, this piano came through and clouded the picture. I think we kind of ran out of steam a bit and time, and it was like, well, I don't know, maybe we'll leave this one.
Okay,
see you next week.
Next year.
Now and Then just kind of languished in a cupboard. And then in 2001, we lost George,
Yeah.
which kind of took the wind out of our sails. It took almost a quarter of a century for us to wait until the right moment to tackle Now and Then again.
Whew.
With the technology that Peter Jackson and his team had worked out during the Get Back movie, he'd been able to separate off certain instruments and voices.
During the course of Get Back,
That's so cool.
we were paying a lot of attention to the technical restoration. That ultimately led us to develop a technology which allows us to take any soundtrack and split all the different components into separate tracks based on machine learning.
Peter Jackson has the Mal machine that can just lift anything.
We thought, well, we better send John's voice to them off the original cassette.
My dad would have loved that because he was never shy to experiment with recording technology. I think it's really beautiful.
So cool.
They said, this is the sound of John's voice. A few seconds later, or however long it took, and there it was, John's voice, crystal clear.
I know it's true. It's all because of you.
I'm getting goosebumps.
And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
Since Peter took John off, and
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Crystal clear.
Go back and listen to that again.
I know it's true. It's all because of you. And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
Since Peter took John off
That's
and
so
gave
cool.
him his own track, it's like John's there, you know, it's far out.
So in the mix, we could lift John's voice without lifting the piano, which had always been one of the problems. Now we could mix it and make a proper record of it. I pulled it out, had a listen to it, and thought, oh, I could actually do the bass a bit better, so why don't I start there?
Oh, he did the bass.
Paul called me up and said he'd like to work on Now and Then. What do you think? I think it's great. So he put the bass on, he sent the files to me, I put the drums on.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
It really brought it on, you know, and so now we had a track that was really starting to cook. I've been vaguely thinking strings might be a good thing. The Beatles did lots of string things, you know, Strawberry Fields, Yesterday, I'm the Walrus. We wanted to go to Capitol Studios because that had been EMI and it was sort of Beatle-y. Giles worked up an arrangement like Giles's dad would have done in the old days.
Oh, that's so... Oh, that's so cool.
We had to put the music out on the stands for the musicians, but we couldn't tell them it was a new Beatles song. It was all a bit hush-hush. We pretended it was just something of mine.
That's crazy. I was reading that some of the comments, but no one in this orchestra knew it was going to be a Beatles song. That's because maybe it would have put a lot more pressure on them, or whatever.
But we couldn't tell them it was a new Beatles song. It was all a bit hush-hush. We pretended it was just something of mine. On the new record, there's a guitar solo. We had kept George's guitar parts from '95, and I thought what I'd like to do is do a slide guitar solo in George's style. It was really a tribute to George. And then we started mixing it.
That's crazy.
Wow, this is it. Now it's a Beatle record.
1, 2.
That's crazy. So they took that slide style of George, plus the vocals from John. See,
now it's a Beatle record.
1, 2.
It was incredibly touching to hear them working together after all the years that my dad had been gone.
I know it's true.
It's the last song that my dad and Paul and George and Ringo will get to make together.
And if I make it through, it's all because of you.
All of those memories come flooding back. My God, how lucky was I to have those men in my life and to work with those men so intimately and to come up with such a body of music. To still be working on Beatles music in 2023, wow. We're actually messing around with state-of-the-art technology, which is something the Beatles would have been very interested in. Now and Then, it's probably like the last Beatles song, and we've all played on it, so it is a genuine Beatle recording.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you what, why don't you just give me a little bit of his original demo. Just sort of hear how he's playing the piano.
That part could be played on like another thing.
Bring up and play it on this drum.
Okay.
Yeah, tune tom-toms. Yeah.
We'll come in after this.
Yeah. And I'm thinking verse 3 could be like the intro again, you know?
Start again.
When are we ever going to get to sleep?
Now, that's a good question.
No rest for the wicked.
D-I-N, son.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Go on then, back it up a bit.
Can I just hear Johnston?
Yo. I don't think you understand. The Beatles are just, they're legendary. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the Beatles are like goats. Like, to end on a song like that, sort of adding all of their styles together, even with two band members not being with us anymore. I mean, like, name another band that did it like them. Like, with their numbers and their, like, not even that, just how many fans and how much of an influence they had on people and still do. I can tell you how many people, like, someone asked, like, name a band. They're like, the Beatles. That's, like, the go-to. And I grew up listening to, like, some of the Beatles. Obviously, there's still a lot I haven't heard. But, I mean, I don't know how to emphasize. If you guys are watching this, I'm sure you agree with me. But, like, I don't know. What a way to sort of end a legendary run. And yeah, I'm glad I watched this video. It's cool with the orchestra. I really like the song. I didn't mention that in the other video, but like, it wasn't anything like super crazy. But now knowing this, the fact that they added all those and how much thought went into every little thing in that song. It's legendary just off of that. It doesn't need to be any crazy electric guitar solo for it to be. Yeah. Okay, guys. That's it for the video. Yeah, a lot of more videos coming soon. I actually just reacted to While My Guitar Gently Weeps. So I'll probably post that fairly soon. And have a lot more fun videos coming out with my dad, Uncle, Olivia. And yeah, stream on sometime this weekend. I'll let you guys know. But follow my Instagram if you want updates on that. Check out my Patreon. There is new merch available on my merch store. I'll talk more about that on the live stream. But okay, guys, enough talking. Make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Peace out.